It looks like we can go on and on raising these huge allegations, from one party to the other. But Mr. Ojeikere, what are your party's next steps considering the outcome of this election?
Sorry, could you be? I didn't hear that.
Mr. Ojeikere, I'm asking what PDP's next steps of action will be.
PDP has already filed. We are going to court. We have mountains of evidence to substantiate all our claims in the court. So we are going to court. We have already filed. That's our next line of action. We are a law-abiding party. We believe in the system. INEC was doing very well at the unit level and at the ward collation level. When the results started to come out was when we had the disruption. When it became clear that PDP was leading. That is when it was disrupted and police officers came. You can imagine Jared Tenebe telling you that the governor forced his way into INEC office, where you had a garrison of policemen and soldiers holding guns, pointing at Edo citizens. The governor would hold, a Ghana must go full of money, and then force his way in. I hope it's not this kind of mentality that wants to rule Edo State.
Mr. Ojeikere.
And force his way in, and he expects people
Mr. Ojeikere,
in the house to believe that.
I'm sure that you're also following. I'm sure you're following the narrative online as to why PDP lost this election. You don't think the internal divisions within your party in the build-up to this election play any significant role in the outcome?
Sorry, I have a problem with background noise here. Some people are just running things. Could you please repeat?
I'm asking that, do you agree with the position that the internal divisions within the PDP ahead of this election played a significant role in the outcome of the exercise?
That would have been a subject of discussion if the votes had gone against the PDP. Whether you had internal divisions or not, what is at question and at issue is what were the actual votes cast on Saturday. What was the number of the votes for the PDP and against the APC? And clearly, if you go to the IREF portal now, you'll find that the PDP was well ahead. So whatever was the perceived problem within the PDP did not affect the voters' attitude and voters' actions. It is the result we are leading. So, and that's the point. So even if we had that, we are still leading. So it just tells you that even if the PDP was broken to bite into their argument, the PDP as a broken party is still stronger than the APC who came to be united. So we were leading. That was what was uploaded into the IREF. They disrupted the IREF. We have our results in our hands. People are still looking for those who vote for Okwewodo, according to the declared result by Nelson Wike's cousin, who had blatantly refused to resign, and INEC had refused to change him, even when we had cried foul that this was an interested party in the election.
Gentlemen,
have been an over such an important election.
Let us talk about. Let us talk about.
Nothing to do with what happened before the vote.
I hear you clearly. Let's talk about voter turnout in this election. Let me begin with you, Mr. Tenebe. We probably have the poorest voter turnout since 2016. A situation where less than 25% of electorates who have received their PVCs actually participated in the exercise. What do you think was responsible for this?
If you look at it very well, on the day of the election, there was heavy downpour of rain, and when it rained in Benin, everywhere is flooded because the governor did not develop the state. No drainages, nothing. So you have flood all over the place. People will not be able to move. If you discover that in Edo South, where the flooding is really a problem, there was really low turnout of votes. Then you look at Edo North, you discover that the votes that came in from Edo North were the highest votes because there were no rains. So what happened to PDP was the mess the governor created in this state. So you cannot eat your cake and have it. The reason for the low turnout of votes is because of the heavy downpour of rain and the flooding that happened in Edo South entirely that very day. That was the reason for the low turnout.
So, Ojeikere, do you agree with him?
I don't think he has done his computation of the results they themselves declared. By the time you add all of the votes they declared as the result together, you have over 600,000 votes. Can he please tell me when we had over 600,000 votes in Edo State before now? So you see, even when they are acting, their inconsistency reveals there. What was the population of voters in the 2020 governorship election as against this of the 2024? We agree that voters could have turned out more if we didn't create that state of fear where you have 35,000 policemen on the road. People locked themselves in when you have military officers showing force on the road. Right. Why we say don't militarize democratic process.
Mr. Ojeikere,
democracy is civil government. By the time you begin to bring in military forces and police are pouncing up and down on the road as if they are in Sambisa forest.
I hear you clearly.
Intimidate Edo people.
And I agree that this is a developing story that we're following very closely, but we have run out of time. Jared Tenebe is chairman APC in Edo State, and Chris Ojeikere is spokesperson ASUE Ogie Campaign Council. Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking to us on the program this evening.